So I'm assuming everybody here already knows the basic Elden Ring storyline. Age of the Erd Tree, the Shattering, and the main game story. But if you don't, I'm gonna have a video coming soon. But I would like tell you to go like watch Vadi Voidia or whatever. Very, very, very good video. To, like tell you the lore. Today we're gonna be covering one of the two major conflicts in the Shattering. I mean, one of the three actually, if you include that the Carian Civil War. But basically, we're talking about Praetor Rykard's feud with Morgot, the Omen King. Because you see, Rykard and his sister Ranni conspired to steal a piece of the Rune of Death to start a chain of events that would eventually cause the Shattering. Rykard, because he wanted to escape the control of the Greater Will and the Golden Order, he allied with his sister Ranni, who has her own goals to create the Age of Stars, as you know. So in the opening stage of the Shattering, after the Night of Black Knives, Rykard leads an army to take Leyndell and to break the forces of the Golden Order. However, he doesn't know of Morgot, and Morgot, under the guise of Morgot and the veiled ruler, takes control of the Golden Order and they repulse the attack. Then later, Radahn allies with Rykard to take the city again. See, my headcanon for this partnership is that Radahn believed in the Golden Order so much that he thought that Morgot's new order or Margot's new order like wasn't worth it or whatever. So Radahn goes and takes the city with him, but they get repelled. And Margit may or may not have defeated Radahn. This might be it's a topic for a different video. Then, however, at another unspecified point at time, Morgot invades Gelmir, and then this is like when Rykard becomes the Great Serpent because he's losing this battle. Okay, so now that we have like a picture of like what happened, like a really basic picture of what happened, I'm gonna like go over the battles in depth and like think about like what actually happened. Like now we're dealing with like some less concrete lore, but let's see how it works. So the first battle is the Golden Order versus Gelmir. And the Golden Order, their forces, they have the Leyndell Knights, the Crucible Knights, Tree Sentinels, possibly the Draconic Tree Sentinels, and then they also have the Knights Cavalry, which are the elite cavalry of Morgot, and like they're like his special forces. And then my like this hasn't been confirmed, but I'm thinking the trolls fight for the Golden Order in this battle because we know that they fought in the War of Giants for America against the Fire Giants, and America like took the Fell God of Fire's influence from them, and then inside of them there was like this piece of stone that like a stone tablet that like is like her way of controlling them. So I think that the trolls are actually being used by the Golden Order in this battle to fight against Gelmir. In Gelmir, of course, you have the Gelmir Knights, the Serpent Monsters, like all the automata, all that stuff. So in this battle, Rykard, it said the great serpent slaying spear. He uses that spear, which is you later use to kill him. And this spear, the dialogue on it, the description says that he used it here. So basically, his forces are repelled, and Morgot like solidifies himself as the undisputed ruler of the Golden Order here. However, there's some more important stuff here. So Godfroy, not to be confused with Godfrey or with Godwin or with Godric. Okay, all G's. But Godfroy the Grafted is captured by the ancient Dragon Knight Kristoff, and he's imprisoned within an Evergale. And Godfroy the Grafted is another son of Godwin. The other son of Godwin is Godric the Grafted, and Godric he escaped the city during the Night of Black Knives as he gained one of the great runes. So he escapes during this battle to Stormvale Castle with his loyal entourage, where then he becomes solidifying his power there. Okay. Okay, so moving on to the second battle. This battle is not as well documented, because it's not like the pivotal event at the beginning of the Shattering that the first battle is. But this battle's probably just as important. So Rykard, he's forming up for another assault, but he doesn't have enough men because he lost so many in, the first assault and in, all the battles that have followed. So it seems like he allies with Radahn, who comes with his army of Redmane. And this battle occurs before the Battle of Aeonia because Radahn hasn't been nuked yet. So basically, I think it's the same sort of setup, same like fight, but now the Redmane Knights are like merged with Gelmir. So in this siege, the Golden Order held strong. They won again. Morgot, or in the form of Margit, may have defeated Radahn. I mean, that's a story for a different time because that's like That's like big movement. But it's I think Radon sides with Rykard in this situation because Radon, he believes in both Caria and his siblings and stuff, but he also believes in the Golden Order because he looks up to like what Godfrey, and technically through him, Marika and Radagon. So basically, like Radon is like, I don't like how Morgott's running this thing that I used to love, so I'm just gonna go and try to take it for myself. Um, yeah, but this loss put Rykard on the back foot, and it seems like Radon stopped trying to, like, his ambitions to take the capital of Leyndell, didn't continue. And then the last battle, following, I'm assuming pretty soon after this, was the battle for Gelmir. Morgot counterattacked, and you can see all the corpses of Leyndell troops on the slopes of Mount Gelmir in the area. Um, this is about the time that I think Rykard became the Serpent. So Rykard was on the back foot. He was being pushed. He just lost two major battles. And then Morgot comes and he's like, whoa. So he goes to his last resort and he becomes a Serpent. I think he'd been thinking about joining with the Serpent for some time now. But I think that when he's like under such duress, he makes a decision. I think this is what actually does spur him to make the decision. Many other factors, but this is like the catalyst to like invigorate him into making that decision. Um, yeah, so this pushes away human forces. The Knights of Gelmir try to kill him, but they obviously fail. And Rykard defends his land. So Morgot, has to retreat. It's kind of a stalemate now because both of them have lost a lot of their forces and they can't really fight each other. Rykard doesn't have enough, like, he doesn't have his human forces anymore, so he can't make a big offensive. But Morgot, he's also like been embroiled in a large conflict with both Radon and with Rykard, so pretty challenging. Yeah, so that's what happened. Any questions, add them in the comments. I'm pretty new to the lore of Elden Ring and stuff, but I'm really interested. I'm gonna try to work on some more videos, and yeah, like and subscribe to stay tuned. See you later, and have a good one.